you happen to, for whatever reason, want me to go talk to girls and give them roses.
I just requested that you buy a dozen roses and give one rose to each individual girl. I'll put a link in the description to that video as well.
And you wanted me to compliment them as well.
Oh, really? It was a compliment as well?
Yeah, you wanted me to compliment them
and give
hand
them a
the rose.
Yo, what's up, cats? Clever Tricks here. Welcome to my new series where I interview someone new every week. And this week, we have the two-time champion of the knifing battle tournament. His name is Gunhearted. Gunhearted, how does it feel to be the champion yet again?
Well, if you want my completely honest answer, it feels really weird, but all at the same time, it feels pretty fucking cool, I guess.
Okay, I've noticed you saying it feels weird. What do you mean by it feels weird to be the champion?
I guess mainly it's just because of the fact that I'm not exactly a knifer per se. I mean, as you know, I'm more or less of a sniper slash quick zoomer part-time, and then every now and then I'll go ahead and take out the blade. So that's more or less why it's just entering this knifing tournament in general for knifers, and then just myself, a random sniper guy, and actually winning it twice is weird, in my opinion. It's just awkward.
But don't you think that you're awesome at knifing?
I do.
I mean, you won the championship twice.
Yeah, I mean, that goes to show for my skills, I guess, with the blade. I mean, I don't really like to put it that way. I don't really like to admit it, but unfortunately now at this point I kind of have to.
I think you're just overall good at the game. Like, if you watch your sniping videos, if you watch your knifing videos, just any Call of Duty video that you put out, you're pretty good at the game. So when did knifing come into the equation?
I guess it really came from all the way back when you were in Clan FU2 and I saw Gwibby, and he was knifing it, and I know you were knifing back then as well, and that's how I really noticed the whole knifing aspect and the only like knife-only aspect of Call of Duty, I guess, and eventually I gave it a shot. In fact, my very first video, or my very first commentary was a knife-only gameplay. It wasn't even a sniping one, but that, once again, that's when I was actually really bad at sniping, so it's not really much of a surprise, I guess, but yeah, no, that's essentially when I started. Yeah,
I hear you mention Gwib. That stands for Get Wet I Blade. He's still out there doing his thing.
Yeah, and back then he was actually called Heart for Food, I believe.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe you remember that. I couldn't even have remembered that if I tried. Okay, let's get back to the knifing tournament. Did you have any sort of training routine that you went through?
I believe it's honestly the only thing I really did was try to get back used to the controls, because I've been playing a lot of different games, a lot of more story-based games, horror games, and stuff of the sort for my own channel. You know, like Alien Isolation is a completely different game. Button-wise, it's also on a different controller. So more or less, whenever I came back on to train for the battle, it was essentially just to get used to the controller again, as well as the sensitivity and, you know, throwing the combat axe, trying to time it right so that way, you know, I can lead it so that way it, you know, connects to the person if he's running at a distance or something.
Yeah.
So essentially, I would only come on really to, I guess, the day or 2 days ago before the actual battle to train enough to the point where I felt comfortable actually throwing a combat axe or running at a bunch of people at once. So
yeah,
once I felt comfortable, I would take a break because I would get a headache at some point because I've been too out of the game recently. So.
Were you surprised that you didn't have the best accuracy with the projectiles?
Not necessarily. Actually, to be completely honest, I was expecting a lot, and I mean a lot worse than that. What really surprised me was more or less that, or not really surprised me, but what made me, you know, found something pretty cool was that another sniper, Myth Creed, also had a really high accuracy. So when you compare that with a bunch of, you know, actual knifers, it was really cool to look at.
It kind of opened my eyes to be like, okay, knowing different playstyles would actually increase accuracy. Like, obviously, sniping is probably what you have to be the most accurate at if you want to play it well in a sort of a top tier kind of way, especially in the quick scoping game. And I've kind of been ignorant to that. I've kind of been just like, oh, I don't want to learn that. I just want to do my knifing thing. But it actually opened my eyes to be like, okay, to learn other styles would definitely benefit other aspects of my knifing.
Yeah, well, when you think about it, sniping is actually, or at least quick scoping side of sniping, is a lot of reaction time as well as accuracy, and that you find that a lot whenever you're trying to throw your combat axes or skewers. It's a lot of, fast reaction time when you're going head on to an enemy face to face. You have to be able to react to that really quickly. And
when considering both tournaments, the first one and the second one, is there any matchup that stands out above the rest as memorable?
There's quite a few. Some for stupid reasons, and others for obvious reasons, like the one against Freestyle Knives on Turbine. You know how much I really did not want that map initially.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then it came up, and I had no choice. But eventually, like, I don't know how, it just sort of happened. I got 36 points. I think I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure.
Yeah, it was 36 kills, 37 points, and that kind of turned out to be your map. Whenever it came up, it was just your thing to be like, I'm on Turbine.
I played against Just Say Hi. I think I got like 32 points, and then once again in the next tournament, it carried over once again. So I don't really get what it is with that map, but I just seem to have some good chemistry, or I just know how people play. I can find my way around the map a lot better.
That was just insane though, because I mean, I've never seen a Knifer outside of a tournament battle setting get anywhere close to that amount of points in a team deathmatch. And the ending of the first tournament, where you went up against no gun kills, and you won it in the kill cam, basically.
Yeah, that itself was pretty memorable. I don't really know if, I guess a lot of people, I mentioned I think in the comment section of that video, I said I didn't really know how I feel about that victory, or just on my own channel as well. I think I made a video saying that I feel like I should have lost that, and I think it's mostly probably maybe a little bit due to connection, I guess, maybe because no gun kills couldn't get that first knife, and that might have changed the whole, tide of the game.
That's true, but I mean, the way that the battle is set up, I mean, you have to get the amount of more amount of kills, so you earn the host.
4 kills beforehand, that I got the host for that game, and essentially that's how it went down to that. But like I said, I feel like I shouldn't have won that, and that sort of made me feel bad back at the time. But all at the same time, I was just happy that I won back then, and
yeah,
that was pretty awesome as well. After working so hard back then, especially because that was prime Black Ops 2 days where I was actually playing the game a lot. It just made it that much more worthwhile to me, I feel, for this going.
Now, in the latest battle, you beat Colzid for the championship.
Yes.
Now that battle turned out to be a lot closer than it seemed in the end. Like, even though you won 3 of the 4 matches, he was only behind by 1 or 2 points in the second and third matchup.
I feel like we both had one really good round and one somewhat decent round, and then after that, the other 2 rounds where we were really close to each other, we both just did generally really well. And so that's really what made it that close. But somehow, someway, I guess I just ended up on top by sheer happenstance in those 2 rounds.
Well, when it comes down to standoff, which was the last match, you seem to excel at that map, so
I really like that map. In fact, I think before the battle with either Colzid or Payne's Blade, I think it was Colzid, before the battle against him, during my practice round, that map came up, and I did exceedingly well. I think I was going like 24-2 at some point in that game. And
yeah,
I think that's like when I saw standoff once again in that battle against him, I just went for it. It was obvious to me.
So tell me the truth. Were you using the gold Xbox controller from the first battle when you were playing in this second tournament?
Most indeed, although I did not use your cheats that you mentioned me on Twitter last time with inverted Lefty controller setup. I was not using that.
Oh yeah, for people that don't get that inside joke, I think you tweeted at one point, what is the cheat for knifing? And I sent you that setup over Twitter or maybe on YouTube, and then you did a gameplay with it. Yeah, I'll put that gameplay in the description below if people want to check that out.
And surprisingly, I actually did really well.
Yeah, it was very, very. I think it was on Dig. It was on Dig.
It was on Dig, yeah.
In Black Ops 2. I can't believe I remember that. Well, have you gotten any ladies by going up to them and saying, 2-time knifing battle champion?
I haven't tried, honestly. I mean, I might consider it.
You should make a video of that where you try to pick up get a number, and your opening line is, "I'm the 2-time knifing battle champion."
I mean, I believe maybe if I explain it to them and make them believe like this is, you know, some like huge, like I'm a millionaire now after this tournament, maybe I could say that I have like a controller.
No lying. No, dude, no lying. No lying.
It's not a lie. It's a white lie. I have a controller.
Yes, you have a golden controller, but you don't have a quadrillion dollars.
Listen, man, you know, they don't know that.
No, they don't know that. But
You don't have to know that.
when you drop, okay, KBC 2015 champion, KBC 2013 champion.
Right. I mean, I won't deny that.
And then you silently hand them your phone, and then they'll type their number in. That's how it works.
I'm really reluctant to try it, especially put that on YouTube. That is, oh god, that's like another what's it?
That's like another dozen roses challenge.
Yeah, no, I don't know how I feel about that.
For people who don't know, it's probably one of your best videos. I'm gonna say it is your best video that you have on your channel. You asked for, I'm not sure what you asked for, a challenge of some kind. Did you say?
It was I had a challenge series back then, and normally what I would do is I would have people submit me a weapon class and give me a challenge alongside with that, and I would try to complete it. 99.99% of the time I actually complete. I think there was only one challenge that I actually didn't complete, but then eventually when my birthday came around, I decided to do a real life challenge to, you know, switch it up a little bit, and then you happen to, for whatever reason, want me to go talk to girls and give them roses.
I just requested that you buy a dozen roses and give one rose to each individual girl. I'll put a link in the description to that video as well.
And you wanted me to compliment them as well.
Oh, really? It was a compliment as well?
Yeah, you wanted me to compliment them
and give them a rose.
The rose.
And it went swimmingly. It was great.
Dude, you don't know how shy I was.
Dude. Okay, I'm gonna put a picture of Gunhearted up right now. This dude is a tank. I don't know why you have issues with. You should have ladies, like 2 ladies around your arm right now while you're being interviewed by me.
I mean, you don't really know that right now. I could.
Yeah, you could. Aren't you sitting in a gym?
No.
No.
But,
you have like gym equipment in your room.
Yeah, no. There's stuff in my basement here that's gym equipment. I never use it though.
Yeah, you're a beast. You should start using it.
I don't know about that. My brother and sister try to get me all the time, but I'm just like, nope, I'm good. I'm just gonna keep gaming over here.
You should game. You should be the new Overflow. Game and lift.
Oh boy.
Dude, if you and Overflow got together, Overflow could whip you into shape.
I'm sure he could. I'm sure he could pin me real good and train me. He's a gym teacher, I think, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure. And God, I don't even want to know how his muscles would feel like crushing my bones.
Your channel, you recently released a video about your channel going in a new direction. Do you want to briefly describe the new direction you're kind of headed?
Right, I sort of saw this coming before this commentary, or this, what do I call it? Mind blank. I sort of saw this question coming, but I guess I'll go into it. Essentially, after the last 2 tournaments happening, I had to forcibly, you know, reluctantly accept that I'm a pretty darn good knifer, you know.
Yes.
And essentially,
is this a humble brag?
You could call it that, I guess. No, but really, what happens is I was forced to admit it, and now you're gonna become a sniper.
A sniper. Okay, a sniper knifer.
That's right.
Okay, but you're not gonna do sniping and knifing like at the same time, like in the same game. Just you're gonna do them separately, but on the same channel.
I mean, I might eventually, you know, combine both. Just randomly give myself a little bit of a challenge, and then maybe just every time I get a sniper kill, after that I have to get an axe kill. You know, I can't snipe again. I might challenge myself like that. I mean, I feel like the gameplay would be a little bit interesting, but other than that, I feel like I'm mostly gonna be sniping only, and I might have combat axes just instead of grenades or something like that. I don't know.
All right, awesome. Okay, by the way, everybody out there listening, Gunhearted did one of the best challenges I've ever seen him do. It was getting a MOAB in Modern Warfare 3 when he had to get all the tags. Was that one of the challenges? And you did it?
I don't remember, but it feels somewhat familiar.
It was a challenge that I posted for you to do, and you did it. It was to, during kill confirmed, during your MOAB, you also have to get all of your tags.
It wasn't a knifing one, that's for sure.
No, it was not knifing. It was not knifing.
Okay.
It was a rushing one, and it was insane. I'm going to leave a link in the description for that. Gunhearted, where can these good people find you?
Well, I guess youtube.com/Gunhearted or user Gunhearted, and then, as well as my Twitter, but be ready to be disappointed really quickly if you follow me there.
Wait, but what is your Twitter?
Twitter.com/Gunhearted.
At Gunhearted is how we say
Gunhearted
Twitter handles.
Is my handle. All right.
Alrighty, Gunhearted, thanks for joining me today for episode 1 of the interviews.
Well, thank you for having me.
I would love to have you back. So we're probably going to be interviewing you again sometime in the future.
For sure, dude.
Alright, awesome. Thanks for joining me.
All right.
Alright, peace.
Ciao.